Howdy folks, you're watching Deuce, and today, after many requests, I will wash the Deuce and a half.
I have no idea how to get this lichen off. It pretty much flakes off. I have several things at my disposal today. I picked this up, I think it's a toilet brush from the grocery store, local grocery store on the way down here. We'll see how that works. Of course, I got a cheap sprayer and hose. Why do I use very cheap water hoses and water hose sprayers? Because I leave this stuff on the farm, and if I leave anything shiny, metal, and worth anything at all on the farm, it grows legs and walks off the property. Also have a dirty ass bucket with a sponge in it and some Simple Green. I also have access to a pressure washer. We'll see how that works as well. Okay, step one, I'm going to wet everything down and just see how well I can clean it with the brush and just a few simple tools. Look at that. Wow, I really have to clean that up. That more than likely is damaging the paint. I have no idea. Just simple water and a brush. It cleans it pretty easily. Look at that difference. That's crazy.
At first I just tried using Simple Green and the brush, but it couldn't reach everywhere and it was just too time consuming.
One of the issues I am finding is the fact that the brown paint that was put on by the military was put on over the green paint, and it is not sticking at all. So as I clean, when I clean off some of the gunk that's built up on there, the brown paint is coming off as well. Probably turn it on first. Jesus.
First, we're going to do a nice coating of Simple Green suds. Let that soak a little bit. Then we're going to turn up the power to the pressure washer.
Well, the Deuce is all clean. To tell you the truth, I don't see much of a difference. I mean, I really don't see much of it. I'm just kidding. Of course, the Deuce looks a lot better. It was super dirty. I was surprised myself how dirty it was. And it does look a lot better. It looks a lot better. It's not perfect. It's not a perfect wash. There are still some places, some areas that is not clean. And I took off a few pieces of paint came off. Because the Deuce needs a new paint job. That is not, that's for sure. I've known that for quite some time. The Deuce has needed some new paint. So let's go around the Deuce real quick and I'll show you all the sides all clean now. And I'll also show you some of the writing, some of the stenciled writing on the Deuce that you couldn't actually see before. At one point, this Deuce was used to transport hazardous material. I thought about putting my own stickers in there, but I've not gone around to that just yet. But if you look down here, drain air tanks daily. That is actually one of the main things that goes wrong with the braking system, is that some knucklehead forgets to drain the air tanks, which is located over here. I think I've done a video on that. I'll make sure I have before I make another one. But you got to drain the air tank after every day of use, because if not, that'll corrode the system, it'll rust up, and then you'll lose your air pressure, which means you will lose your brakes.
Tango Papa 50. That's stenciled above every single tire on the Deuce and a half, and it stands for tire pressure maximum of 50 psi.
Now here we have, a lot of people might have wondered why the bumpers on the Deuce and a half are all painted out white. And that's because apparently they will paint those white to get rid of some of the insignia, some of the unit designations that's on the bumper. I don't know why they would do that, but that was standard procedure at one point. But right in the center, very faded, you can see the star. And I'm not sure if you can see this or not. Check batteries daily, because this is the battery box in here. There you go. And just behind the passenger door is, of course, the fuel tank. It's a 50-gallon fuel tank, and it has stenciled on here, caution, do not fill above this line. And there's a line right here designated. That is your 50-gallon mark. Anything above that, you need that expansion area because this is an unvented gas cap and fuel system. So you need that extra space for the fuel to expand when it heats up. Now, during the cleaning process, I got a ton of high pressure water and detergent and everything onto my cable on the winch. That needs to be protected because this is out in the weather. One of the things that I have learned from my Jeep buddies is that if you're going to leave your vehicle with a wire winch, a steel wire winch, winch cable, if you're going to leave that out in the elements, don't cover it up and leave it covered up because that is a recipe for rust. One of the things that I have used and used very successfully is this liquid wrench chain and cable lube right here. Great stuff. Although all the hardcore people just tell me to pour used motor oil over it. But the one thing I keep on hearing from the hardcore off-roaders is that they really like the chain and cable lube. And really, you just saturate it. It all kind of soaks in. And through capillary action, it will be sucked into the center of the cable and keep that protected as well. Now, in a perfect world, I would unspool this all the way out, all 200 feet of cable. I would unspool it and then put gloves on and massage oil into every inch of the cable. I'm not doing that. Well, guys, that's for me today. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give me a like and go subscribe. A lot more is on the way. If you want to stay on the Deuce and Guns channel, go ahead and click on one of these two videos right here, and that will keep you watching away. If you have any comments, questions, or a show ideas, leave that in the comment box with the video. And as always, you guys have a great day. See ya.